Yeah.
You know I'm right.
You're right.
Thanks for knowing I'm right. Really helps me out. So yeah, I guess we might as well just get started. So
I'm gonna count you in.
Alright. Also, I'm going to take that thing off of the stream. I don't know why the input monitor is displaying. My bad. So yeah.
You want me to count you in, or?
I think I'll just count them down. They can go with that. So we're gonna start. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So who wants to explain why this level sucks?
It's City Escape.
Hey. This level does not suck. Okay, so there's a glitch in City Escape, which allows you to skip the entirety of the stage. Well, not exactly the entirety, but a very, very large portion of the stage. So the way the glitch is performed is you have to line yourself up with a set of speed pads. And the way we do it now is actually a little bit different than the way we used to. We used to go around the speed pads, but the Japanese runners actually found out that if you charge a spin dash while going over the speed pads that are before the jump ramp that we go off of, it actually maintains your momentum. And the reason why we want to maintain our momentum is because we need a very quick speed in order to get ourselves out of bounds in the right position. Yep. For which you will potentially be seeing, but if not, I will explain what was supposed to happen.
I think I got it. Ah, darn it! I jumped off too early on the ramp.
I can tell you exactly what's wrong once I see it.
You should probably be watching off of my own stream so it has less latency.
Yeah, that's true.
But,
no, you actually uncharged your spin dash too early and you didn't have enough speed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I used the visual cue wrong. I did it too soon.
Yeah, you're supposed to do it, like, a little bit later than that.
Well, heck. But yeah, it is consistent if you do it right, but it's hard to do it right. But instead where I have to play the stage now. What happened?
Store's timer is not going right now.
Oh. Looks like they weren't
just
ready.
keep playing it mode. Yeah, unless he says he wants to reset.
I mean, I'm willing to reset. I mean, I could get CE skip.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That'd be pretty cool. But, hack and hack. So, I'm bad at this stage.
Yeah. Did you fall off the hill? Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody could explain, I guess, movement.
Okay, so... Oh, wow, you did... Okay, that was bad.
No, this is awful. This is the 206. This is really bad.
Axel, if you want to do it, I guess. I think you're more in tune with the movement of the game than I am.
Okay, so pretty much what he's doing is that the spin dashes in this game are pretty much like you have to... There's a delay before the spin dash, and it's pretty much just chaining them as much as possible by continuously charging it up, releasing it, unrolling, and then basically repeating the entire process. Another bit of movement tech that he uses is a spin dash jump, where he charges a spin dash and then usually all the way, and then immediately after releasing it, he jumps. This can get you to a lot of places that you wouldn't normally be able to.
Yep, and that was Bigfoot. What you do is you jump on the box, and then you punch him in the face, and then you jump on the box again. Also, I got a gold, so don't mind that orgasm noise that just happened. Live split does not appear.
Maybe you should turn
off.
Well,
I muted it, but here's the thing: the live split doesn't appear on my volume mixer until after a sound plays, and I forgot that last time I had played it, I had unmuted it until like after the run started, and I was like, fuck. Oh yeah, this is RNG, by the way. It sucks.
Yeah, so the Knuckles levels, you actually have over 100 piece combinations per level. There are certain places where pieces can spawn based on piece 1, 2, and 3, and they actually can't spawn too close to each other. Piece 3 and 1, there's no reason why they can't spawn close to each other, but 2 cannot spawn close to 1, and 3 cannot spawn close to 2.
Yeah, there are some exceptions to that, such as like...
Yeah.
In this level, you can get like a piece called On a Railway and moving between two stone statues, and those are like right next to each other. Yeah, that's only because
it's a moving piece.
Right, but there are some exceptions to the rules. But yeah, so there's like 1024 on spawn in, but like way more if you restart the stage, and over 100 pieces. I got the frame perfect shot. That's frame perfect. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, let me look at your screen instead.
Oh, this is Eggman. We shoot him when he dies.
Yeah. Take notes. This is the hardest boss in the game.
Yeah, he's dead. Definitely the hardest boss. I'm definitely not gonna have to fight BioLizard later and hate myself.
Dude, do you know how much trouble BioLizard gave me as a small child, Dad?
Dude, as somebody who had just learned Hero Story, BioLizard took me like 40 minutes.
Yeah, when I was a small child, BioLizard actually took me about a straight week to beat.
No, what the rock?
Oh,
I meant to restart instead of exit game.
I've actually never seen that before in my life.
Let's add 1 to the never before ever happened before.
No, like I legit have never seen that happen before ever. That's really funny. You got sideswiped by a gun.
That is so dumb.
I've never seen that. I didn't even know he could. I didn't even know he could do that.
I'm gonna clip it.
I already did it. I already got it.
Oh my god.
That is actually the best thing I've ever seen.
Oh my god. So yeah, I guess we should probably explain how Tails moves and that he sucks at turning.
So Tails has tank controls in this game, which means if you move him too close to so you have to slowly bring him around to like a different direction. So if you're trying to go right and then immediately left, you have to slowly bring it to left, or else if you go immediately, he'll completely come to a stop. The way we mitigate this is by jumping around corners, because your air velocity doesn't actually get messed up by this, but your ground velocity does, and it's really annoying.
Although it is slightly slower, so you do generally want to cut these jumps as slow as possible.
Yeah.
Because it's all about small optimizations. Also, we haven't talked about emblem skip glitch yet. Do you want to talk about that, Axel? Because it's pretty new.
Did you set it up?
Yeah, I totally set it up.
Okay.
Okay, so it differs in the way it happens between versions, but emblem skip glitch is basically we do very specific things within the game, and then these very specific things usually involve exiting the game or soft resetting if you're on console. Once we do this correctly, the emblems cutscenes that you normally see are completely skipped. They just don't play at all.
And
the way
a lot of real time.
the steps that you take to do this differs between versions. Like for example, if you're on GameCube, I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot how to do it on GameCube.
You restart after Route 101 while the game is saving.
Yeah. You soft reset after Route 101, and then you make a new save file or whatever.
Yeah, also, this level really sucks, and it's really easy to die on, and I suck at it, so...
Yeah, Metal Harbor is actually one of the harder of the early stages for Sonic. I consider it the second hardest stage for him, behind Pyramid Cave, to be honest.
Yeah, Metal Harbor is probably one of the easiest stages to die on.
Yeah, it's like the movement itself isn't actually all that hard to do. It's just the fact that if you mess up, you die. You die.
I'm like that!
Did you die?
Yeah, I died. I totally undercharged this spin dash.
Wow, you went for the easy one too, and you still died. That's
yeah.
At least you had a checkpoint for at least.
Oh, by the way, what Piner did with the box there is that, okay, so basically with those box platforms in Metal Harbor, if you charge a spin dash into them in the right way, you'll just fly up in the air.
Yep, this is usually referred to as like a pseudo super bounce or a pseudo bounce. This is due to something you'll see later in the run once I get the bounce bracelet.
Yeah. So, one of the quirks of this game is that on certain surfaces and also by performing certain actions, it'll transfer your vertical velocity into or your horizontal velocity into vertical velocity, or vice versa. In some ways this is really good, like for the box bounce and for glitch we're going to be using with the bounce bracelet later, but in other ways it's really bad, such as when you're playing as Tails and the wall just decides to throw you down into the ground and kill you because
magnet walls are pretty fun.
Yeah, magnet walls are great.
Yeah, I love magnet walls.
Yeah, so everybody loves this cutscene.
So far, so good.
I'm not gonna say it.
Same.
I've said it too much.
Hey, that's
Neither will I.
That blue hedgehog again.
As you can say, we're all pretty jaded about this cutscene. But I'm turning it up for the fans.
It's just, you know, it's good for a laugh a couple hundred times and then,
comparing yourself to
you know.
me?
Yeah.
You're not even good enough to be.
I just like to say something else instead of, with a slightly different spelling.
Oh, well, that's a curse word. Those are bad words. How dare you imply a bad word on this wholesome stream? Okay, get destroyed in the booty.
That might have been one of the worst Shadows fights I've seen in at least a year.
Well, you didn't see my 23 the other day.
Okay, well, at least there's not that.
At least he didn't die.
Yeah, a lot of things could get a lot worse.
Those words.
He got a high jump, and unfortunately that wastes like a second.
I know, but that's all completely controllable by the player, so that was your own fault.
Well, I know it's my own fault, but I just suck, okay?
Alright, this is... okay. You want me to take over?
Can you play Dark Story?
No.
Alright, then no. So, restarting at the start of Green Forest saves time. Also, holding right at the start saves time. Shouts out to IGT. The holding right just saves a frame regardless, but Green Forest has this really weird quirk where its timer is, for whatever reason, 0.8 seconds faster if you play it not from that cutscene. So if you restart the stage or do it from stage select, the stage itself is faster. And the first frame...
The timer starts later?
Yeah, the timer starts later. Because of that, like, the best frame you could possibly pause it on is, 02.
Oh my god, I was so close to dying.
Oh yeah, no, I shouldn't be alive. There's also a really bad trick in this stage. Do you want to explain why that trick is bad, Axel?
Okay, so, there is a trick in the stage called the Green Forest Wall Run. So you know those loops that you run on in this game? Well, the loops operate on something different from the rest of the game's physics. And they basically allow Sonic to just run up walls and without any resistance. Home attacks can cause these loops to send you at the speed of the loop. Well, with our Green Forest Wall Run,
one last try.
We're going to
hopefully
essentially bend gravity of that loop speed launch towards the tree.
Well, unfortunately I can't get that trick because I suck. I'm sorry guys, I'm a bad streamer, a bad runner, never should be allowed in a marathon. Ban me now before it's too late. I paused the game when I didn't mean to. What kind of degenerate pauses a video game?
Yeah, essentially what would have happened is that Sonic would have ran up the wall and would have cut off about a little over 10 seconds from the level.
But instead we wasted about 20.
Actually, we wasted about 30. I tried it like 4 times.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, so loop speed is basically what the game gives you when you're running through a loop, so it doesn't, like, kill you. It basically captures speed at a specific speed. Yeah, and what we're supposed to happen is you're supposed to spin dash and then grab the back of the loop and give yourself loop speed, and then direct the direction of that with a homing attack towards the tree.
Yeah, another thing about this game is that your current, basically, the current angle that you're standing on any given slope can be manipulated to make that be the direction of gravity.
Yeah.
And we will see a lot more of that. We will see a lot more of that later.
So, I guess Isaac Newton was wrong in the sense that gravity always points towards the center of the Earth, because in this game, gravity always points towards the center of wherever you're standing. So if you're standing on the side of, if you're standing on like the side of a ramp, the gravity actually points towards the ramp rather than down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even on these rockets, you can actually get what's known as a gravity drill dive because they are not pointing directly down. It's actually really cool, but I'm not good enough for that.
It's not very useful anyways, it's just kind of neat.
Yeah, it saves like a few frames. Something like that. It's not much. Actually, I should have taken that rocket. I don't know what I'm doing with my life.
If you do it like frame perfect, you can get a pretty big speed boost from some of them, but otherwise it's only a slight difference.
Why did you take that rocket?
Yeah, I don't know. Why did I take that rocket? I should have just not. I should have done a slope jump. Slope jumps is something we didn't explain. I used one back in Middle Harbor. Basically, the game cares a lot, you know, about which direction you're facing, or like, you know, and also slopes as well. So if you approach a slope with speed and jump off of it, you can get like a really big jump. So we're gonna be breaking tails in this level though, and there's gonna be some really tight movement.
Go for the wall run, dude.
Go for Mission Street wall run? No, I'm not Taco.
Yeah.
Ow, my face.
The only one that's done that RTA?
No, some other people have, but I think somebody did it in one of the races during the tournament.
Wow.
I think Frog may have done it.
Basically, following the top path there manipulates the game to not drop this bridge coming up after Tails runs across it, which he just did. The reason why is because the trigger for the bridge to fall is actually below, but we manipulate his jump to get onto the next part of the stage where you're not supposed to be unless you have the hover. And then at this point, after the bridge, you manipulate the game into thinking that your hover jump is higher than a normal jump, because when you jump and then hover immediately afterwards, it actually adds the boost from the hover onto your jump.
Yeah, no, the way that it works basically is that, like, aside, like, the way that the program the hover is to just generally slow your falling speed, but it also slows your transition into falling.
Yeah.
Also, I totally didn't get zero cycle. I messed it up. I'm sorry, Dad.
8.5 at least?
Yep, half cycle.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
I had some really bad movement on the main section, so zero cycle is incredibly tight.
Yeah, it's made a little bit easier by the fact that you can pause the upgrade screen beforehand and it won't waste in-game time at all. But while it pauses the in-game timer, it actually keeps the cycles going on through the rest of the level, so if you wait at the upgrade screen enough, you can actually beat the stage a little bit faster than normal.
Yeah, it just saves some IGT. Doesn't really make anything any easier, though.
Yeah, it's really, honestly, only one of a few places where IGT is saved by doing something. Most of the other there's not really many glitches that save IGT and waste RTA. That's really one of only a couple.
Yeah, although this one doesn't waste RTA.
There was another one that used to save like a crap ton of IGT, but it got banned due to the fact that the inputs you made afterwards didn't really matter. The ones that are allowed currently are the ones where your following inputs will change what your time is. So if you do something bad, you'll be slower. But for a stage coming up, there was a glitch where you could die on the same frame as hitting a bounce pad, and it would kill you but keep you alive, and the in-game timer would be paused, and you could basically run to the end of the stage as slow as possible and not waste any in-game time, which is why it's banned.
Right. Hey, nice repeats.
Oh yeah, now we're in Aquatic Mine.
Yeah.
Probably one of the debatably one of the most technical knuckle stages in the entire run.
Also debatably the worst knuckle stage in the run. I actually dislike the stage more than Death Chamber personally.
You're a weirdo.
I know, but that's only because I always get bad boost combinations. Yeah, so yeah, that's another way to manipulate gravity. So he stood on the sign and punched, which kept his upward momentum, but he also stuck to the wall because the game really likes keeping you on surfaces that you're running on. Yeah.
And the constant punching is to keep your speed up. Otherwise, unless you're going diagonally, you'll slow down pretty quickly. And just pop off.
Yep.
But that wall run can be used in a lot of different places and can save quite a lot of time. Especially over climbing.
Alright, so this is the driving stage. Luckily, it's the only one that we'll see in Hero Story, at least. There's only one other one, and that's going to be in Dark Story, which is a lot harder. So what he's going to be doing is he's going to be using a technique called snaking, which happens when you initiate a drift and then continually wiggle the C-stick, which will maintain your drift. And the reason why you want to drift in this stage is because drifting does not lower your maximum speed back to the normal speed cap. So what normally happens is that after you get a boost by either going down a ramp or by using the boost that he has currently in the bottom right hand corner, it will give you that boost speed but then immediately bring you back down after a couple seconds back down to the capped maximum speed. of a normal driving car, which is significantly slower. But if you're drifting while you use it, it actually will still keep the speed of the boost the entire way until you slow down by either hitting a car or by getting out of the drift.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that was rather succinct.
Yeah, no, there's really nothing to go on here. We can, like, make jokes about penises or something.
Oh, okay, I don't know about that, because... What's there to joke about, really?
I don't know. But yeah, no, really, there's honestly nothing here. If you have any, like, donations or you can do it now.
Oh, well, there is one thing to talk about, the fact that you have supersonic racing instead of the actual...
No, I don't! You're wrong! I have gas.
Oh, you have gas.
I totally have gas.
Yes.
Gas.
Because, you know, drifting, Mitchell D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't have Eurobeat in this stage, you're playing this stage wrong.
Yeah, you're probably right. So, the community was thinking about...
Oh, I almost despawned the level.
Oh my god.
Oh, that was so close.
Yeah,
okay, so basically, when you hit that car, so when you get to a certain place in the stage, all the cars will all the cars will despawn. If you hit the car right as it despawns, you will despawn the entire level.
Yeah, the game's funny like that. I don't... Does anyone even know why?
No, because these stages are terribly programmed in a right mess. It's a miracle they even function.
Yeah. It's kind of weird. My best guess is that when you're hitting it while it's despawning, the game thinks, wait a minute, you're hitting an object that's no longer spawned. So you must not exist?
But it didn't despawn you, it despawns the level!
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of weird. I actually have no idea why that happens.
An anomaly of video game programming.
Yeah.
Axel can explain this level because he knows it.
What? How did you do that?
All my speed got eaten by the black box.
Yeah, he had the black box and that kind of hitting up, and yeah, there's a lot of places in this stage where if you don't do things right, it'll just eat all your speed.
This is the worst tail stage.
God, I suck! This is so bad!
At least you didn't die this time.
Okay, so Hidden Base is the hardest.
Why is the camera doing this?
And oh my god!
I've never seen that before.
Neither have I, actually.
I think you got it stuck behind the polygon.
I think so too. The camera has collision because the developers are smart.
So, yeah, that's the worst thing about this game, honestly. The camera in this game has collision with other objects, which is really annoying because it can get stuck behind things if you go too fast. Like, for example, the doorway he just ran through, if you run that at too fast/tight of an angle, it'll actually cause you to get the camera stuck, and you kind of have to run all the way back to get it unstuck again. It kind of sucks. But for some reason, there are certain objects in this game that the camera doesn't have collision with, which really begs the question, why doesn't it have no collision with anything?
Right. Because the developers suck.
I guess the reasoning behind it was probably due to the fact that they don't want you seeing through the level, but...
Right.
Probably be for the best.
Right. I mean, that's what modern devs do, is they just let you kind of see into walls, see the black void.
They're like, whatever, I mean, it's better than... honestly, it's better doing that than interrupting gameplay.
Right.
Have you tried slow descents using hovering?
No, I haven't.
No, but we've tried slow ascendance stuff.
I mean, yeah, we have done that.
We have ascended.
Yeah, we have ascended.
We are no longer just a fox. We are a fox with two tails and a goddamn mech!
Actually, that really begs the question why he needs the mech, considering.
Yeah,
and Tails secretly has an incredibly buff arm that allows him to hold on to the
Anyone have that tweet?
I am referencing a tweet, by the way.
Yeah, So when Tails latches onto when he latches onto the pulleys, he holds it by his arm, and he's also pulling up the mech. So it's really a wonder how he doesn't immediately get his arm ripped off.
Okay, so here we are, Pyramid Cave. Yeah.
This is... So, I don't know, all three of the hardest stages / most annoying stages for each character all comes in a row, and it's really, really, really annoying.
Yeah, it's rough. Ooh, 69!
The hardest...
Sonic.
Yeah, you have the hardest mech stage with Tails, then you have the hardest... you have the hardest Sonic stage with Pyramid Cave, and then you have the most annoying Knuckles stage with Death Chamber. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
And now that Pioneer has the bounce bracelet, we can now further exploit what had been explained previously about translating horizontal momentum into vertical momentum.
Mm-hmm.
And once we get the super bounce, we can exploit this whenever we want by just jumping and bouncing just before a wall with a lot of speed.
Yeah, which consequently we can do pretty easily by, you know, spin dashing beforehand.
We're gonna gravity it up.
Yeah, so here's another gravity trick. So yeah, you use gravity to go sideways and it'll prevent you from falling, which is nice.
Yeah, except if you're at too steep of an angle. If you're at too steep of an angle, then the game will know what's going on. But if it's not too steep, like the one for that snake skip, then you'll be able to keep it indefinitely.
Yeah, and so we kind of brushed over another skip that happens. So normally during an earlier part of the stage, you have to run around and grab a key, and it takes forever to do. But what the devs didn't intend is that there was a small 1 or 2 pixel gap between the door and the wall. And it just so happens that the camera's lined up in the perfect position where if you get Sonic's body put in the right part of the ground and you spin dash and jump, you can actually get him to go through those 2 pixel gaps and go straight through the door. Mm-hmm. Saves about 30 to 40 seconds. No, not quite that much. Probably like 20 to 30 seconds.
Yeah, you can do it on the first door too, but it doesn't save nearly as much time.
And it's also way harder because the camera doesn't line up.
Yeah. So basically, you would only do that in an individual level speedrun.
Which is another reason why we started doing Green Forest wall run more than we used to, because Dark Pro found a setup where you can actually change the camera angle and use just keep Sonic's body straight before going to get the loop speed. Because before, without manipulating the camera, what you would have to do is you'd have to do it blind by hoping you have the right angle on your control stick, which is very, very hard to do.
Yeah, and the thing with Death Chamber is that it's a large stage and a lot of pieces can be very far away from each other and can cause some very high times to come in. But we can try to mitigate this somewhat because with certain first pieces, there's a higher chances of a second piece appearing in some places than others. For example, if we got a piece in the blue room, which we didn't go into this time,
Who's there?
There is a high chance for a piece to spawn in the red room.
Yeah, there's a fairly high chance that for a piece to spawn in the area that you spawn.
Yeah, because it's pretty far away from the blue room. But not all pieces that start off in the blue room lead to the red room, and conversely, there are pieces that don't start in the blue room that also can lead to the red room as a second piece. It really just depends.
Yeah, there are certain pieces that are scattered across the stage, but
and,
all of them are at least far enough away so they can produce a decent chance for a second piece.
And funnily enough, the piece combinations that you have in the game are actually different depending on if you're doing it in story style or if you're doing it in IL style. So what the game does is in pretty much all of the hunting stages, there's an upgrade for Knuckles to collect, and it won't spawn certain pieces based on that. So one of the pieces that will spawn will be a piece that you always is always related to the upgrade. So the first stage that you get a dig, the dig upgrade, you have to dig your first piece.
Also, we're still explaining Death Chamber, by the way, and I'm on 8 Golem. We skipped over an entire boss.
Dude, nobody cares about Boom Boom.
Boom 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 hold an angle and punch.
You do a thing.
What is this?
And then you
Why can't I get this in Hero Story VB attempts?
Oh yeah, so Egg Golem. The super bounces on Egg Golem are
really hard.
Super tight. Like
really
super tight.
Yeah, no, they're 2.5 inputs in like 5 frames.
Yeah. At minimum.
Yep. 30-20, gosh!
Yeah, and you didn't even do death strats either.
Yeah, I was trying to go through the bottom of the level, but I failed.
Yeah, you can go to the bottom of the level. That's just
you can clip through the sand.
It's really dumb.
I think it actually is probably the same method as doing it in Final Rush, where you're going through the death plane faster than it, like,
you think so?
on one side of it. Yeah, I think it's something like that.
You think it's,
does jumping like reset? Isn't there like a timer that happens in the quicksand? Doesn't jumping reset that timer?
Oh, that could be
you just die. No, you just die at a certain point in the quicksand. So I think there's probably a death plane down there somewhere. Because the way that you get out is by bouncing, and so I think that the bounce gives you just enough speed to get through the death plane in one frame. I think it's probably similar to the way Final Rush skip works.
Yeah, well, Fastafar specifically.
Yeah, Fastafar.
Not the one we're going to be doing in this run, because the one where you literally phase through a kill plane is awful.
Yeah, it's 10 seconds faster, but it's also like ridiculous and not consistent at all unless you're like a robot.
Right.
So the one thing that we glossed over was the Boom Boo fight, but the Boom Boo fight is actually pretty simple. You just dig him up, and you have to have Knuckles hold a certain angle on the control stick, and if you do, the boss can't actually run away from you fast enough, and you can just punch, get rid of all 5 cycles in one cycle instead of the normal 5.
4, actually. Thank you very much. Shawnee, do you even play this game?
Sorry, I meant 4. I'm sorry. Wait, like, no, bosses have 5. Oh, what are you talking about?
Some bosses have 4, some bosses have 5, some have 3.
Boom Boo has 4.
Boom Boo has 4?
Get this man out of here! He doesn't even know Boom Boo!
Oh, by the way, what Fighter's trying to do right now, or just got, is Eternal Engine skip. Okay, so basically we do certain things in a specific way, so that when we land on that tank right there, it'll just push us right out of bounds.
Yep, because the game, for whatever reason, prioritizes object collision over wall collision.
Also, as a counterpoint to the last argument we just had, looking into the game's code, every boss actually does have 5 health. It's just that certain attacks do damage greater than or less than 1.
Hush you. Stop being right.
Dude, I literally had to make the auto splitter to do this. Did you die? Oh my god. Oh, my heart.
Yeah, I almost died there. That was really close.
Pretty much every boss has 5 health points, and different things do different amount of damage. Like, for example, the punch from Tails actually only does, I think it's like either a half or a third a point of damage or something like that.
Yeah.
And, like the shooting does. Maybe it's a little bit less. Maybe it's like 1.2 something. I don't know.
It's weird. Above a blue moon in front of a tank. Alright. I hope I get floating stone for this. Actually, I only hope I get floating stone if it is on the moon. So there are a few pieces that can have confirmed piece sets. Is it on the moon or is it on the tank? It's on the moon. Please give me floating stone above a moon.
That is a word that is
highest rotating beacon. That's not floating stone above a moon.
Yeah, that's a string of words I never thought I'd hear.
No, I didn't think I'd ever heard that.
Well, you heard it yesterday when I screamed at the top of my lungs and almost threw my voice.
You did? Because that was a lot to remember.
That's fair.
You said honestly, a lot of very choice words and phrases.
So middle bottom top middle top bottom is actually one of the better piece combinations that you can get. The worst piece combination is bottom top bottom. Like that's not good.
That's not good.
Yeah, you can basically Meteor Herd,
bottom top, which barely ever happens.
Basically, Meteor Herd has quite the tendency to give you bad key piece combinations.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because of how spread out everything is.
Yeah. I'd use the term interference ranges, but apparently that doesn't exist anymore.
What doesn't exist anymore?
The term interference ranges. I guess they figured out that that's not actually true.
What?
Like, you know, the interference ranges between pieces and like.
Oh yeah, that's only true on restarts, or like that's only true on restarts and after you die. There are 1,024 piece combos that can spawn. That's why I said there could be a confirmed piece set there. If I had gotten floating stone above the moon, I would have gone to the side of the rocket platform and dug into the star, because that allows me to get a piece earlier than I normally would and turn a really, really, really unfortunate piece set into something pretty okay. Oh, this is crazy gadget. This is level hard skip. Spam it in chat.
CGSS?
Yeah, I do that. I'm a cool kid now.
So crazy gadget. It can be a stage. It's quite a hard stage casually. Like when you're first playing through this stage, this game. This is probably one of the hardest stages in the game.
It's also one of the hardest stages in the game to do during a run because the skip is like really stupid.
There's two major skips in this level. One skips a lot more than the other, and Piner is going to try to do the fastest one, which allows you. Which, given that you're a really good individual level runner, you can complete the stage in under 40 seconds.
Yeah. That requires not only for you to be a really good individual level runner, but also to do setup plays. Yeah. Unless you're Taco. I think I got a sub 40 setup list. Or with setup.
The thing is about this skip is
that you're
actually spin dashing and getting Sonic to fly between two kill planes, but you have to do it in such a way where you're not actually wiggling the control stick too much, because if you do, you're not going to have enough speed to make it to the end.
Yeah.
And the kill planes are spaced out really weird, so they overlap in a very strange way where one of them is like higher than the other one, so you have to actually curve Sonic in a little bit, but again, you can't do the curve too hard or else you're going to end up doing no good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also when Piner gets this, you'll see that that's only the beginning of what goes into the skip.
I got past the first one, but I didn't get past the second one. I slammed my joystick back too soon.
Yeah, you didn't curve up enough, I don't think.
No, I curved up enough. I just didn't curve up for long enough.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, so the way that Sonic's positioned here, he's going out at like a horizontal or like a diagonal angle, because that's the only way he can get out past that kill plane, because it stretches down a little bit far. But the other kill plane is actually like in such a spot where it's about the same distance away from the top as the first one is. So you have to curve him upwards in order to account for that and make him go more horizontally along them instead of vertically like he was doing.
Yeah. I keep hitting the second kill plane, and it's really hard to
Hey,
I got past it! Whoa! Alright, now I need to actually make it to the goal ring.
Yeah, so as you see, like he didn't do too far of a curve. And the fun thing about this is that the controls are reversed in this.
Okay, we good. We good. I think we're good. Yeah, Please tell me we're good. Okay, thank you. That took long enough. Yeah. So no, yes.
So what happened there is what's normally supposed to happen is that if you get him to fly in the correct direction, you're supposed to fly just right into the goal ring. But there's a little spot above it where Sonic can run on, and he accidentally aimed a little bit too high because he was, I assume, scared of overshooting it.
Yep.
And I just noticed what Shane said in the chat, and it's just like, coding is hard.
Listen, I can hate on the devs all I want. They get paid for this.
It's like I sympathize with the fact that coding is hard. I would know as I've done some.
Well, that was unfortunate. Again, punching does less damage. I would have killed him if I hadn't punched him instead of shot him in the face.
Also, I might have lied about the 5 health thing. I think it actually is 4.
Ha!
Yeah, okay, so I remembered wrong, I'm sorry. So it is 4 health, and then punches do a 3rd damage.
Yeah, so we have,
Final Rush, so normal Final Rush skip, or, well, not normal, but slow or safe Final Rush skip, I guess is what would be the best way to call it, is a lot less hazardous than Fast FR skip, because for Fast FR skip, it is 10 seconds faster, but what you're basically doing is you're throwing Sonic at a solid kill plane, and the only reason why it works is because the kill plane is thin enough where if you're going fast enough and have the right positioning and the right timing, Sonic is on one side of the kill plane on one frame, and then on the other side of the kill plane on the other. But that requires like really good timing and really good frame positioning, because you have to be as close to the kill plane on one frame as you possibly can, and that's not really controllable in RTA setting. So what happened is another skip was found, I believe by a Mustache, where you can actually go around a kill plane instead of through it by altering your gravity to be sideways and positioning yourself so that way you fly around the kill plane, and then turn Sonic back around and fly to the end of the stage, and you just so happen to have just enough distance to get there. So just going to be falling through space for a while until he hits the goal ring.
Yep. There's one last kill point to my left that I have to avoid, but it's pretty easy peasy as long as I line myself up with
for
the right
fast
side
FR skip, it's actually a little bit harder to get around it because you're coming at it from the angle with the kill plane is at. Whereas for this one, it's just to your left, so it's not that hard.
Right. That's my share.
Oh, that's right. You still have Dark Story.
Yeah, no.
I was thinking we were coming out on the end of the run until I remembered that.
Yeah, no, we gotta fight Shadow 2. But after Shadow 2, we have a long cutscene where we don't have to do anything.
Yeah, so it's a good time to get a drink.
Yep.
Pop a brewski.
Eat something.
Grab some chips. Grab some dips. Alright, so the Shadow 2 fight is actually a lot easier than it used to be. Wait, no, I was right. This is 5 health.
Well, this guy has 5.
I think they all do. I just think everybody else aside from Sonic do less damage.
Well, but you fight him in Shadow 1, you do 3 damage.
Yeah,
he takes 3
can't
hits.
be right. He must have 3. I guess Shadow, because he's the final boss, has 5. I don't know.
Yeah, Shadow 2 has 5. Shadow 1.
No, that's what I mean.
3, yeah. And then Eggman 1 has like slightly over 3.
Yeah, it's like 3.5.
Just enough so that the 4th punch would kill him.
They probably increase the health amount based on how far you are in the game.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just ignore me. Anyways, yeah, this is a very, very long cutscene, and we have to sit through the credits as well, so it's a good time to just go take a pee break, grab a drink, grab some chips, you know, hang around with your friends, tell your loved ones you love them.
Call your mom. Don't call your mom.
Yeah, call your mom, take a 5-minute power nap, I don't know, whatever you want to do with your time.
Me, I'm just gonna sit here.
Yeah. So Lisa, how's your sex life?
Oh. Any questions in chat, by the way? I'm willing to answer. If you have any. Hello.
Hello, Kito Fox here, and you have the privilege, the absolute honor, I would say, no, the legacy of being here in the middle of the credits of this game.
Oh.
You get to see everybody who worked on this game.
Yeah, even Omnibus. You know that one game that they ran at GDQ like a GDQ or 2 ago? You know, its origins lie here.
Does it really?
Oh yeah, no, there's Omnibus Sound. Like, I think it's a sound company with the same name. It's really funny.
Oh, that's funny. Well, actually, speaking of a drink, since I'm not doing anything for the next 2 minutes, I'm gonna go grab one.
Wait.
Omnibus Japan, there it is. Oh, now it's gone.
Yep, Omnibus Japan.
Lethal sounds, huh? That sounds dangerous. Sega Ninja Team, that also sounds dangerous. Like are those the people watching, waiting for me to trash talk the dev again so that they can kill me after the run? Is that how that works?
Yeah. Alright, so I'm back. I have a Mountain Dew, diet, of course, and some goldfish.
I miss goldfish. I haven't had goldfish in a while.
Alright, well, excuse me while I eat on stream. This is now ASMR.
Well, if you have any donation incentives, or donations to read, rather, or incentives to talk about, now would be the time. You can talk over Shining Face chewing to his mic. Jesus Christ.
Alright. Okay, so I'm gonna read a little donation. We got a $6 donation by Laptop 1 hour ago, so thank you to Laptop for that donation. And also I need to remember to all the people who is watching the marathon that we have some cool incentives for some video games, so if you want to donate, remember to put on the commentary section which incentive you want. We have some bid wars for Shovel Knight Spectre of Torment, we have the any percent, low percent, new game plus, and 100% categories. So if you wanna see one of these nice categories, just remember to put that on the comment section when you donate. Also, we have a character Bitwarden Super Monkey Ball Adventure. We have a Bitward for AI, Mimi, Baby, and Gon Gon. And also the classic Super Metroid incentive for Super Metroid project base, which is save or kill the animals. We have that incentive, and also we have some other incentives to add a new plus to some games. For example, we have the cutscenes incentive for Pepsi Man. We have the April Fool's patch for one shot and the final boss with Butter Tritonic in Yooka-Laylee. So remember that you can donate typing the donate command on chat, and after that it will appear a link when you can click on it, and you will be redirected to Streamlabs in order to make your donation. And in the comment section you can put whatever comment you want that the host reads for the people, and also if you wanna put your money towards an incentive, that's a good section for it.
Alright, thank you. Yeah, this is Iron Gate. You play the level. I'm gonna be getting an A rank on this level because it doesn't really waste any time to do so.
Yeah, so the game actually has a really funny way of doing the whistle. So if you actually lock onto a shit ton of enemies, oh, I'm sorry. PG. If you lock onto a bunch of enemies and then use the whistle, what the game will do is it'll think you destroyed all those enemies, even though you didn't, because it doesn't see you letting go of the button and assumes that all of those orbs that you let go hit.
Right, because it actually assigns the point bonus not upon hitting any enemies, but upon release, and then gives it to you after a certain point in time.
Another fun thing to do is that you can actually hit the button from underneath.
Is Omochao gonna get stuck? Oh, Omochao's on the wall. Is he gonna get stuck? Oh, he didn't get stuck. Omochao can sometimes get stuck underneath the platform in the background.
At least he's flying sideways.
Yeah.
The fun fact about Iron Gate, there is an out of bounds in the level, but it requires having the upper, and it's only slightly faster.
Yep. Yeah, upgrade is a thing. By the way, I'm actually curious. I don't know if the glitch exhibition was met. I do believe that was accepted as a donation incentive. Oh yeah, we're killing Hotshot. He's dying. I'm gonna show this off, even though it's slower. Wait, I didn't get it. I thought I would have gotten that.
Okay, so essentially, if you hit Hotshot, like right after the invincibility frames for the last hit, the legs will stay sticking off towards the ground, and he'll just rise in the air.
I never actually
as he's exploding.
Yeah. So Dry Lagoon sucks. Alright, continue.
Okay, so the thing about Rude compared to Knuckles is that when it comes to the variation in times due to RNG, Rouge on average has way higher variations. The time variations are way wider. So basically, think of every Rouge stage, except for headquarters, a stat chamber. Sometimes on some kind of
Oh, fruity.
Yeah, we got a 33.
Nice fruities.
There are two particular routes. Pretty much Dry Lagoon, this route stage, and Security Hall and Mad Space, which we'll see later, are just as bad, if not worse, than Death Chamber.
Yep, they're pretty awful.
And Dry Lagoon was nice there.
Yep, very nice.
Oh, we have Sand Ocean.
This is the worst segment stage.
You can die in this level in the snap of a finger if you're not careful.
You cannot.
Especially if you try to go fast in this level, you can die in the snap of a friggin' finger.
Yeah, it really sucks. They really should have given you that over here.
So what you can do there is you can actually jump between the pillars as the thing is spinning, and you can save quite a bit of time. But it's very risky, and Pioneer is a little baby boy.
Well, I'm sorry that I wouldn't utilize that time save even if I got the 3-frame jump. Thank you very much, because I suck at the rest of the level and I can't do this for a cycle.
Okay, so pretty much this level is very much cycle-based. There is basically depending on how fast you are at the level, and there is a lot more leeway for it than there was back in Mission Street.
Yeah,
you're fast
so
enough, you can make the faster platform cycles.
Yeah.
And the difference between cycles is quite a good few seconds. So each cycle, basically, if you like make second or if you like make third cycle compared to like first cycle, you get a much higher time again.
Yeah, it's not quite as big of a gap as it is in Mission Street though.
Yeah.
Now this stage would be incredibly easy with Eggman's hover, but you don't have the hover at this point.
So that's an example of camera getting stuck behind something because you go too close to a wall or something, and then you pussy out of a trick.
Yeah, that was interesting camera angle.
Yeah, I went too far to the right side there, and the camera didn't catch up with me properly. I didn't get
The
it.
camera didn't like that.
It really didn't. Hey, I got this cycle though. This is pretty cool. I don't know what cycle it is. I'm not good. Yeah, I know sandwalk because I suck.
Okay, so sandwalking is a trick in this game. So you know this, you know the quicksand there. Well, if you land on the sand, and I think either on the same frame or one frame later, you are pushed upwards by something like hitting a balloon, which increases, raises you up in the air. You'll stay in the state of walking on the sand, and will just be able to just walk around wherever you like. You can use this to get the Mystic Melody early, and the Mystic Melody. There's a Mystic Melody shrine just to the left of the start of the level that skips a large portion of the level.
Mm-hmm.
It's a literal built-in shortcut.
Yeah, and the only way to get it normally is to have the hover, but the hover is not until later in the game.
Yep.
Yeah, we won't get that until Eggman's second stage.
Radical Highway!
But I just
before
played
that, we
Eggman
have
second
Radical-
stage.
Oh, third stage. Whoops.
I
so-
messed up.
Second, okay, second non-auto scroller.
This is a Meagle
so-
left lane skip. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, Radical Highway is another stage that's pretty technical and easy to die on.
Mm-hmm. Some people call it a cycle-based stage, but they just don't know how to skip the cycles.
So the interesting thing about Dark Story is that I believe it was stated that it was designed to be a harder version of Hero Story, which is why all of the stages in Dark Story are much harder than the ones in Hero Story.
Yeah, they'll explain why the road stages have such much higher variance.
Because Hero Story was meant to be the first story that you played in the game, which is why Dark Story is a lot harder because they expect you to know enough about the game.
Right. It's interesting about that though. Like, it's basically like if you're taking difficulty progression, Dark Story starts somewhere around the middle of Hero Story's difficulty level, like casually. Not near the end though. Like the Dark Story beginning is definitely easier than the end of Hero Story.
Pioneer, did you know about the safe way to do that quickly?
Which one? Which thing? There's a lot of things that happen.
The rail grinding.
The safe way to do it quickly? What are you talking about?
Yeah, instead of just so when you land on the top of where the rail section is there, where the bridge is, instead of walking off, you can just as soon as you get off the rail, what you want to do is you want to just do a somersault, and it'll keep your direction the same as it was when it came off, and you'll just go right onto the next rail.
Neutral stick somersault?
Yeah.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
Today you learned.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a hard.
Here we go.
Hard level. I didn't play it that amazingly.
Okay, one little thing about the stage that that unfortunately was not shown here is that
easy for me.
those signs that Shadow was spinning on near the end of the stage. If you normally you're supposed to wait for Shadow to get into the red zone that pops up, but Shadow is in that red zone immediately upon getting on the pole. So if you jump off immediately on getting on, you'll jump over to the next one like you would normally.
Yeah, it's pretty cool and it's really fast. Wait, give me that. Please have a free piece, and you nerd.
Okay,
no. Okay. Oh, why did I get a spiral upper? That makes no sense.
Okay, so headquarters is basically a much smaller version of Death Chamber. In fact, it is literally based off of Death Chamber's level geometry. Because there are remnants of Death Chamber's level geometry in headquarters. If you go out of bounds, way out of bounds in the level.
I didn't actually know that.
Yeah,
so
the red blue secret rooms and blue secret rooms are still present.
That's pretty funny.
They're completely devoid of objects.
Yeah, but they have bug robots in this one.
Yeah, there's a big bug robot that likes to shoot lasers at you.
Is this supposed to be a firefly?
That would make sense.
I think it's called the egg beetle in the game.
Yeah, it's a beetle. No, it's a scarab actually. I seen a skull, guys. I don't know where that meme comes from, but I do know it's a meme.
I never heard of this meme. I need to be up to date.
Yeah,
essentially, headquarters is it's a condensed Death Chamber, and it's much nicer than Death Chamber. Pretty much for the most part.
What?
You're digging in the wrong spot.
No.
What?
I don't know, man. I suck at digging. Apparently, I suck at digging so much that just happened.
I think an enemy spawned and you tried to attack him and it hit you against the Mystic Melody and you went flying.
Well, I think what happens is that enemy normally scares you. It spooks Rouge and she goes, whoa! And then falls over on her face.
They're feeling whoa.
Yeah. And then, what I think what happened was that somehow that momentum, or whatever the heck, where it like stops your momentum and moves you forward, or backward, like was added to my forward momentum or something stupid. That's what it sounds like.
Okay, so this is the level where we're going to get Eggman's hover and can do the same things with Eggman as we can Tails.
Pretty cool, right?
So yeah, not much more to say about Eggman except for when we get to a stage later in the run.
He's like a low budget. He's like a low budget Tails.
I thought Tails is more like a low budget Eggman.
Well, no, that's well, yeah, I guess. I don't know. I think is Tails' hitbox wider than, or is Eggman's hitbox wider than Tails? I figure it is.
I don't actually know, but I know for a fact that his cannon is misaligned.
Yeah, it's to the left slightly. It's kind of annoying.
To the right? Get your directions, buddy. So yeah, now we can hover jump, just like we do with Tails. We can fly high. I wanna fly.
Yeah, so when Tails shoots, it goes right where he's pointing. When Eggman shoots, it goes slightly to the right of where he's pointing, and that just makes aiming really annoying.
Yep.
So, not really sure why the devs did that, but, you know, thank you for that, I guess.
Yep, it was very appreciated. Oh, and also wobbles up and down, so that's great, too. I didn't even mean to do Power Seekers here, but I got Power Seekers. Let's go.
Dude, Power Sneakers? You mean Speed Shoes?
No, actually. Have you ever looked at the how to play?
Does it call them Power Sneakers?
Yeah, it totally counts them Power Sneakers.
Oh my god.
Yeah. The how to play within this game. It's basically a digital manual, for those who don't know. The manual, it refers to speed shoes as Power Sneakers.
Also, I'm sorry that I didn't ever need to look at the how to play. I'm actually pretty good at this game as opposed to you guys.
Wow, rude. Oh yeah. Fight Axel in any stage in this game, mate.
All right. Nah, you know what? No, I just think that I'm so good that I don't even need to prove myself.
You sure, buddy? Axel, multiple world record holder here.
Hey man,
he beat a world record and said that one was meh. Wait, come on.
I'm just hoarding these world records until he actually proves the challenge. Yeah, so Big can be found a lot of places in this game.
Except the GameCube version, outside of cutscenes.
Yeah, so in the Dreamcast version, he was everywhere. In the GameCube version, he was nowhere. And in this one, he's back to everywhere again.
Well, except for in a few places.
Except
Yeah,
Wild
well,
Canyon.
Wild Canyon.
Yeah. Rest in peace. No, he's actually in Wild Canyon. He's just outside of the level geometry, I think.
Is there a big ring in Wild Canyon? That's a good question. Oh, we got Weapons Bed. Weapons Bed is a really cool and interesting level, and we're also going to skip an upgrade.
I think he's on top of the cliff above where the camera can see. I think I saw a video on that.
That jump is really hard. Not the one I just did, but the one I did before the checkpoint, and a lot of people don't do it. But I pride myself on being good on hover jumps, so or pause hover, so I do it.
Yeah, that jump is frame perfect. You have to execute a frame perfect hover jump in order to get over that.
Yeah, and it's also above water, which you know how Sonic characters like water.
Yeah, I love to taste it. And then they taste it too much, and then they realize that they've tasted it too much too late.
What kind of drugs are you on?
Me?
Yeah.
ADHD,
Like...
anxiety, and depression?
Ah, dude. Up top.
You know,
yeah.
Sometimes I can't jump.
Yeah, like, normally we're supposed to be getting Eggman's upgrade that allows you to shoot metal boxes, but thanks to hover jumping, we can skip that completely, and it's not actually really required.
Yep.
Yeah, there are actually a lot
jumps.
of upgrades. There's a lot of upgrades in this game that aren't required. Some of them are supposed to be required, but there are skips, and also a nice camera. But there are skips to mitigate that, and you don't really need them. Like for Sonic stage, you're supposed to need the flame. You're supposed to need the flame roll, where when you do a roll with B, you do a flame and it breaks metal boxes. But thanks to a couple skips, you actually don't need it at all.
Oh yeah, and Piner, that last hover jump that Piner did there, yeah, you can stand on invisible collision way above that satellite.
Yep.
Yeah, this game has interesting hitboxes.
Yep.
Alright, so it's the same fight, but now in reverse.
Yeah, also way more aggressive.
Yeah, Tails is very aggressive.
Ow! Like dying is an actual possibility here. Also, I'd really like it if he... Okay, I'm really glad I didn't pick up the rings, because in this boss fight, the thing that you may not know is that if Tails or Eggman, one, picks up rings, he will restore health. And I would have had to hit him again if he picked up a ring, because the punch does just enough damage to kill him.
Yeah, and the annoying thing in this boss fight, especially for Eggman, is that it'll pseudo-lock on to the positioning of your enemy, the way that the camera will always face them. And the thing that's annoying is that it makes it really hard for Eggman to shoot Tails because his gun is slightly off to the side and you have to reposition him to be looking slightly left in order to hit him. But you kind of can't do that because the camera's realigning to Tails all the time. So it just makes hitting him as Eggman like really, really annoying.
Okay, so this is Security Hall. This is the most complicated route stage as far as knowledge goes.
Yeah.
Because the safes are basically there are pieces that can be inside any of the three-colored safes, but only one. There's red safes on one floor, yellow safes on the second floor, and then blue safes on the top floor. Only one of these colors can be active at once, and you switch that around with two switches. If you end up with a piece inside a safe where you need to hit a switch for another for a different safe color, you're going to lose a lot of time. Right. There are ways to mitigate this, but they are very specific to certain safes.
Also, please tell me where the heck this piece is, because I suck.
It's downstairs, dude.
It's downstairs? Are you kidding me? Man.
So, I mean, while you try to suck, will you give a little time to read the animation?
After this... What? I climbed there. Alright.
Okay, just tell me.
Yeah, I'll tell you whenever.
Hiding up there, that piece is basically right near the ceiling in the corner.
You know, maybe I should actually learn the game before I submit it to a marathon. We'll let you know whenever we can give donations.
How did I know that piece?
Heck you.
I don't even play Dark Story.
Yeah, you don't. Why did you know that piece?
I don't know.
I knew you got a piece inside safe by the radar.
Where?
Basically,
why
thankfully,
did it
also that's a blue safe. don't need to
Okay.
switch for that.
Why do I suck at everything about this stage? Thank you.
Okay.
I mean, it's really hard.
Yeah, it is. To be fair, to be able to play it really well requires a lot of knowledge. Like there's a lot of strats and a lot of knowledge, a lot of information to take in when you're learning Security Hall.
Yep, and just to explain it so you can give a donation during the boss, basically what we're going to do is we're going to hit the boss in the face, and then we're going to stand a certain position so that he just kind of turns around instead of running away from us, and then we're just going to keep beating him up. Yeah. So you can go ahead with a quick donation.
Some donations if you want.
Okay, we have a $35 donation by Kira Fox, who says, "Good luck to all of you. I hope your event grows."
Hey, thank you.
That is mums. Thank you for the mums.
Indeed.
Yeah. So the funny thing about this boss is that if you stand in the corner, he likes to do a thing where he just comes back to where he was 5 seconds ago. But I mean, if Piner didn't mess it up, then.
Yeah, oh my God, buddy!
I don't think you know how this works.
I thought I knew how it works. I've done it before. I've done it a lot before, actually. I don't know why it's not working now.
Marathon luck, I guess.
Marathon hand luck.
Ideally, if you did everything right, this boss would be completed in well under 35 seconds.
Yeah. I even got the cool first hit where you spin at the start.
Oh, welcome to one of the most broken stages in the game, White Jungle.
This stage doesn't function.
Yeah,
the stage
also,
barely works.
For some reason, at the start there, instead of where Sonic had the 3 bounce pads, which are at the bottom of the ramp at the start, or at one part of his version of this, which is the one you saw earlier, they put 3 there because they didn't want you to miss it. But for some reason, for some cruel joke here, at the end of his, he only has 1. And
I hate this game.
Did you die?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I totally didn't grab the checkpoint either.
So, even with 3, it's actually easy to miss the bounce pad because of how fast you're going. You sometimes even just go through it. So the fact that they only put 1 there for Shadow is just the cruelest of jokes, because even if you put any like little tiny movement in, you're gonna miss it.
Yeah.
Not
Here's a very interesting thing about White Jungle.
Yeah.
White Jungle, way away from the normal stage, has an incredibly early object layout for Green Forest.
Yeah, it's suspected this is the one that was shown in the E3 trailer for the game.
Yeah. Also,
it has an object that crashes the game when the game tries to load. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I know we're a little bit past Security Hall, but fun fact, did you know that on the Dreamcast version of this game, the hitboxes for Rouge's attacks are so wide that you don't actually need to open the combinations for the safes to get in them. You can just attack while outside the safe and collect the emerald.
Yeah, it's really funny. Because in the Dreamcast version... Yeah. In the Dreamcast version...
that Rouge can do, the hitbox for the screw kick is way wider. And it actually also opens the safe alongside collecting the pieces, which it also makes the game lag like a lot on Dreamcast.
Yeah. Does it open it while it's locked too, even?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know. But yeah, that's the one good thing about Dreamcast. Even though they have less monitors, that stage is like 5 million times easier.
Well, Eternal Engine is 30 seconds faster too.
Well, you know. Everything else is slower though.
Yeah. I mean, well, I have that at the same speed. There's also some, like, IL-specific stuff.
And also the controller sucks.
Yeah, the controller you can't hold up on, but there's a Dreamcast exclusive thing where you can skip boarding down the end at the Metal Harbor, but only on Dreamcast and only on M5.
Here we go.
Someone did it on M1.
Somebody did it on M1 for that?
Sonic Guitar.
He did it on M1?
He never explained how he did it.
Well, maybe he just didn't understand how it happened. Maybe he got storage.
Apparently, it was maybe. It just like it was never explained. It was never explained how it was done.
I have my Dreamcast over here. I can try.
Try it. Get storage there. Do it. Do it now. Do it. Not live.
Yeah, but the controllers are bad.
Yeah, and holding up is a myth, but do it for science.
What do you mean holding up's a myth?
You can't walk straight forward on Dreamcast.
Oh, that's right.
It's really bad. This is Shadow 1.
For me to end this. No, it's Sonic 1.
No.
The fight is
No, it's
slightly
not.
different, but it's otherwise mostly the same.
That was definitely Shadow on the ground. You can totally, definitely tell these two apart.
Which
I mean,
the game cannot do.
apparently Amy can't though. So
Nobody can in this game.
It's pretty funny.
Sonic, you're not Sonic.
Sonic grabs his manly chest. That's not Sonic's chest.
Sonic doesn't have chest hair. Who are you?
Who are you?
Yeah, so this is basically a harder version of Route 101 with a lot of holes and I don't know why.
It sucks. It really sucks.
I really don't know why they decided, yeah, you know what would be great if we had a major highway with a bunch of holes in it and the guardrail knocked out sometimes, and also let's put it on top of an endless body of water.
Yeah, and the unfortunate thing about this level is that some parts of the stage are really close to each other, and it is actually possible to land in a much later part of the level, but the collision is not loading. So you just
Also,
fall
how
right
is this
through it.
bridge standing up without any support beams? I want an explanation.
Yeah. Also, Rouge's car looks like something dirty.
It looks nothing like what you are implying it looks like. It looks like a car.
Sure.
Bad ear. It looks like a car with bad ears.
You sure? I think the devs knew what they were doing.
It does not look like cock and ball.
Have you seen her? Yeah, it totally doesn't. Hey, who wants to read the Wikipedia article on cock and ball torture during this?
Whoa. Finer, we're keeping this PG. I'm only going maybe to PG.
I thought it was supposed to be PG-13.
Yeah, alright. I don't know if that's considered PG-13. I don't know
That's
what
fair.
The hell your household. I don't know what your household was like, but I don't think that's correct. Also, you know, it'd be really nice if we could just jump from the upper part of the stage down to the lower part. But if you fall for too long, the game actually just kills you for no reason.
Tasty. Oh, the rude car. That's what you get, nerd.
Oh, wow. Could you imagine on a major highway they just have the sign that said "Born to be fast"?
That'd be bad. Oh, the signs are different on this version than they are on the GameCube version. They say other words. Why did my speed go? Look at how slow you go when you don't have any speed.
Yeah, there you go. There goes your speed.
It's all gone.
Yeah. Shoutouts to Ethamar.
What does it say on? What does it say on GameCube?
I can't remember. Go ask Gonvar. Oh, like, no, that video's dead. Never mind.
Yeah, so this is definitely the bane of 180 emblems for when you're not supposed to hit anything.
Yeah, it sucks. I know firsthand. I've done multiple 180 emblem runs. Oh, but you know, it's pretty cool here that we don't get those emblems. Whee!
Imagine driving a giant penis.
I thought you do that like every night, Shining.
Whoa. Every other night, alright?
Alright, my bad.
let's not get some some heavy things you're throwing here at me.
Yeah. That was a really bad Route 101.
So yeah, you're supposed to get a sub 3 easily, and he got a 3.0 something, so that's...
301.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Also, for some reason, in this version of the stage, if you look closely at Tails, he's colored differently than normal. Like, he's like a deep orange instead of a yellow, and it's really... This is like the only part in the game where he looks like that.
Oh, hey, Skyrail.
Yeah, this is our stage.
Skyrail is the most fun 2D two-player stage, the worst one-player stage.
I love this stage one player. I don't know what you're on about.
You like dying? You like shitty camera angles that kill you?
I'm good.
I love this stage.
I mean, this stage is cool, and I like the concept of it, but it's just...
Oh yeah, and you might have just seen that in Skyrail, but in this stage, two parts of the level are very close to each other, so you can very easily skip a large portion.
Oh, heck!
You did the thing, didn't you? Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
So,
if you jump too low, you die.
It's not even that you jump too low, it's just that you wiggled the control stick too much and your gravity killed you.
Right.
But yeah, this level is probably definitely one of the shortest in the game. It's so fast. If you have a really good individual level run, you can finish the stage in 36 seconds.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very quick.
Yeah, but sub 50 is always respectable, even though I died. That's not.
Yeah, I honestly, I kind of wonder if Shadow would really have that many more faster stages if he had the bounce bracelet.
So that's there'd be a lot more stupid stuff you could do with that. Yeah. For instance, White Jungle would have a very silly loop speed trick.
You gotta. I know. There's a lot. Radical Highway is very different with a bounce bracelet. I've done Radical Highway stuff with Sonic, and honestly, one of the most fun ILs for me. It's just that really hard.
So this is Egg Golem, and this is the bad version of Egg Golem. He sucks, and he's
no bad version.
Yeah.
At least you don't have to worry. At least with this one, you don't have to worry about super tight super bounces.
Yeah.
Well,
and the time variance isn't quite
listen,
as big.
I'm not saying that he's bad because of that. I'm saying he's bad because this is when he was evil until Dr. Eggman was like, "You're good now. You're a good guy."
Watchman of the Yellow Balcony. Woo, what a first piece. So I'm gonna try to skip the upgrade here. We'll see if I get it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're supposed to get the upgrade. You can skip it if you do things right. Which Finder did do things right, so you can skip it.
For once.
Yeah, the camera sucks, by the way.
And if there's a piece inside, like a singular metal box, you can just spiral upward to get it.
Yep.
Because hitboxes. And if they're spinning metal boxes, you can just drill dive through them in the right spot. Because collision.
Wow, this is a terrible first piece. Oh my god.
That's usually reset one.
Yeah, but I know it, so that's good enough for me. Floating platform of the gravity meteorite. Woo! I gotta go all the way back down. I'm gonna get the upgrade anyways. I love it.
Yeah, you get to go all. Yeah, Mad Space is a stage that even a normal time is around a minute or more.
So one of the interesting things about gravity in this game is that if you're floating, as you're changing your gravity, you'll actually pretty much stay the same height. So you can actually kind of like fly around one of these planets for quite a long time before it makes you hit the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and by the way, one thing I want to mention is that Mad Space is almost certainly an incomplete stage.
It's also bad.
Because in the Dreamcast version of this level, there are several pieces. There are several last pieces that have seemingly placeholder hit names.
Yep.
Most of these were made inaccessible but are still in the game. Though there are still a couple that remain. There are several in the Dreamcast version. Some of the hit names in the Dreamcast version for said pieces that end up getting axed borrow one or two hit names from N5.
Also, all the hints are backwards because that's a funny meme.
Oh, the Dreamcast version, some of the first hints aren't.
That's also a funny meme.
The second and third hint, basically every aspect of the third
Ow,
hint
my
is
face!
that's opposite. Oh yeah, Knuckles. It's essentially Rouge.
Yeah,
as far as I'm aware,
it's essentially Rouge, except his nipples are on his fists instead of on his chest.
He also doesn't have ears to jiggle all over the place. Like, look at this. This is outrageous jiggle physics on the ears. Yeah. Like, how did they think this was okay?
They're even more outrageous on the Dreamcast version.
Yeah, she actually has more jiggle physics on her ears than she does on her actual breasts.
They were about the same on the Dreamcast version, if I remember correctly.
We're gonna skip this level because I'm bad.
What, the ears and the breasts?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they were a lot bouncy. At least the breasts. I think they were a lot bouncier on Dreamcast.
Yeah, they were like, you know what? You know, we have this bouncing thing. We kind of can't show all these. You know, she can have the big boot. She can't bounce.
Yeah, you know, he's got to censor it for Nintendo, just like the Death Chamber song.
Okay, so Cosmic Wall. This stage is interesting in that the gravity is it's basically the stage was designed to make you feel like you have a lot lower gravity, and that's pretty much what it is. The hovering will actually make, and as you're seeing, the hovering actually makes you go upwards, only for a limited amount of time before it makes you stay at the same height.
It's actually a lot longer than it usually is, though.
Yeah, it's a lot longer than it actually lasts for a good few seconds.
Yeah. So the stage is fun casually, but really boring when you actually know how to play it.
Yeah. We're also gonna. Please stop me. We're going to skip a lot of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this stage also has a pretty good few variations in terms of skips. I don't know which one Piner is planning to do.
I'm gonna try Swiss because I'm good. I'm not good. I don't know how to Swiss.
Okay, so basically, if you hit that corner in just the right way, you'll slip out of bounds.
Yeah.
Be careful though, because there are kill. You have to be careful though, because there are kill planes like just outside of, just to the right of you when you flip out.
Mm-hmm.
I actually didn't know about that clip.
There we go. Now I need to hold upright to correct my camera angle. Now I need to hold forward.
Yeah. So for some reason in this part, if you're against the wall, remember I always said earlier about if you're going against something like a wall, it maintains your height. So for some reason when you're floating against a wall, it'll actually, instead of pushing you down like normal, it'll actually push you upwards. Which is, I don't know why.
Oh, and another thing about this level, when you're hovering upwards, your horizontal momentum is slower than if you were not going upwards, hovering upwards. So another one of the optimizations in this level is to when you know you have enough height, just tap hover like twice to reset the
Wait, I had a kill plane? Are you kidding me? What if I hit a kill plane?
I think you passed too close to the stage.
That would make sense.
There's one kill plane I very unexpectedly hit while doing this same skip, though it was a lot earlier. Yeah, Cosmic Walls is one of those levels where, yeah, it definitely is possible to skip like pretty much the entire level from this point onwards. But it's like you're pretty much doing nothing but just hovering and hovering and hovering and hovering and hovering and then lowering and hovering and lowering and hovering and lowering and hovering.
Yeah, it's really boring.
It's actually, if you're really good at the stage, it's actually faster to hover to a later part of the stage instead of going directly to the end. But that's only if you're really good at the stage.
Yeah, you have to be really good at the game, and I'm not.
You have to basically be Chain Chump.
Rest in peace, Chain Chump.
He's back, you know.
Rest in peace, me.
Like he's around, just haven't uploaded in 3 months.
Wait, it's been 3 months since he did his whole Knuckles stuff.
It's been like 3 months since he last uploaded.
Oh.
I found you, Fox Boy. Yeah, so Eggman is not a good character.
This is also Eggman's last stage. So
yeah,
Eggman's last stage is also the longest one in the entire game.
Yeah, Eggman gets a lot less stages than everybody else does in Dark Story, which is good.
You know, he gets more. What are you talking about?
Eggman gets 5.
Everybody else gets 4.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I have that backwards. Man, I hate Dark Story, dude.
Dark Story is like far less run compared to Hero Story.
It's because Dark Story is like Hero Story, but with all the fun taken out of it.
Oh, it doesn't have C skip. Oh, that's Sam working, but it doesn't have CGSS.
Dark Story has less major skips than Hero Story does,
and also the levels are all harder. Then also this level exists.
I don't want to get too close to the tube, or else it'll like jank my camera up.
Yeah, so normally what's supposed to happen is you're supposed to get locked in by the little feedy things, and a giant troll's supposed to chase you. But you know, you just go around it.
We like playing as little of this game as possible.
Yeah, that's actually kind of right, to be honest.
As a guy named Dark Pro once said, we celebrate this game by not playing very much of it.
Yes, it's pretty accurate.
That's pretty good. Hey man, it's a good game. It's just
no, it's not.
Really glitchy.
You just call this a good game. Yo, frame perfect shot. I got 2 of those this run.
All right, so if only Hero and Last Story existed, this would be a good game.
I don't know.
Okay, so Tails 2 is just pretty much just like Eggman 2, except the same thing where you have to really keep realigning your shots, just like Tails 1.
Yeah, because I don't know why the designers were like, yeah, let's just put his cannon on the right side instead of the middle.
Yep. And due to this, I've experienced times where I literally have not been able to hit Tails for over 20 seconds straight.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was funny.
Oof. So should I go for tube skip?
Sure.
Axel?
Okay, so
Axel,
coming up
should I go
is
for
Final
tube skip?
Chase. Yeah, go ahead.
Alright.
Okay, so Final Chase is
really
okay.
shitty.
So
it's really bad.
It's absolutely broken, mainly because of an object that is exclusive to this level called the gravity tube. Now, pretty much how the gravity tubes work is that your gravity is warped to wherever to line up with the cylinder design of the tube.
That saves like 3 seconds, by the way, and I just lost 30 because of it.
Okay, so the thing with the gravity tubes is that they're so broken is that if you hit them at a really high speed, you'll just fling away from them with a skewed
Why,
gravity.
dude? I got
and if you do this in just the right way, you can.
Oh my god, get wrecked. That guy was out for blood.
He wanted my body.
Yeah, he wanted to take you over and show you how to really speedrun this game.
Look, man, just because I'm having an awful run, alright? I went for tube skip, and I went way too far right.
Be like Dark Pro, be on world record pace for every single run you go in because his consistency is crazy.
Okay, so
this is death! I hate this game! I hate this game so much! I clipped on the side of the gravity tube, so I died.
Okay, so I think what you mean is you hate the stage so much. The stage is actually the worst.
Yeah, no, this stage really sucks, and I shouldn't be dying as much as I am.
This stage is the main reason why many people don't run this category, because Dark Story has the stage, and the stage sucks.
The stage actually makes me legitimately really angry.
Yeah, it's one of the few stages in this game where I'm kind of pissed off that the game exists.
This is actually one of the only stages in the game that actually actively makes me really angry.
Yeah, honestly, this stage is the entire reason why I don't run Dark Story, like, legitimately.
Yeah, that's true for a lot of people. If I wasn't bad at it, I'd probably run Dark Story more, but I'm really bad at this stage. Also, gravity tubes just send your rings upward because that's fun.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, gravity tubes are so broken that gravity tubes, they barely work. They really do.
And getting the proper speed that you want on them is really awful.
Ooh, can I get a monk ass in chat for this run?
Can we get a bad in the chat for this run? Just a bad. Just the word bad. Maybe a Pock Blaziken.
You know, honestly, gravity tubes wouldn't be so bad if they didn't force you to run in a circle around them.
Yeah.
I don't know why they decided that was a good idea.
Because they suck.
Wait, it looks
Good
cool,
Sonic team.
It looks cool, but it doesn't function.
Fuck! So I pressed the A button, but the game didn't think I did.
Oh. No, it did. It's just because it changed your gravity to be going downwards instead of...
Right. No, I mean, I just pressed it, like, slightly too late.
Yeah, well, I don't know. The way this game works with gravity is kind of weird.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Alright, so I'm gonna do something here where I go like this, and then I go like this. I'm over here.
Oh, you missed the sideways.
Yep. I did miss the sideways. I don't know what that means, but yes.
The sideways skewed gravity from the other way to get you all the way around.
Oh, yeah.
You did the singular.
I actually didn't know that's how you're supposed to do that.
Yeah, you can actually skew the gravity to get you turned around in such a way where you actually curve around that corner and just go all the way to the end.
Nice.
It's hard.
Yeah, I didn't do mini skip or full skip.
That's fine. Bap.
Bap.
Okay. Yeah, this level would actually...
I mean, at least the music is good.
I can agree with this. So, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Despite how broken the gravity tubes are, there's a lot of ways that the gravity tubes can be exploited for speed purposes of speed. For example, this rocket section here, you could skip this rocket by manipulating the gravity
Here we
tubes.
go.
Yeah, or just standing on the right position.
Yeah, but Planner's dead.
Yeah, I suck at Dark Story. I'm usually okay at your story, but today I just didn't.
Pretty much, actually, honestly, almost all story runners are like way worse at Dark Story than they are at Hero Story.
Well, because they start with Hero and they just don't like practicing Dark.
Yeah, nobody likes practicing Dark because it sucks.
Yeah, the only thing I like to practice in Dark is Skyrail.
The only thing I'm actually fairly confident in when it comes to Dark Story is Rouge. Because I've played Rouge way more than any sane human being should.
So that was really sketchy, but it worked.
Yeah, that was very sketchy. I don't know how the hell you didn't die.
I'm good, I promise. So unlike Hero Story's final cutscene
that we can't skip.
well, no, you can skip all of the Dark Story cutscene and go right to the credits.
Well, I mean the credits.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go grab a food.
Grab a food.
Yeah, just
One
gonna
singular
grab a food. So we have about 3 more minutes of credits. So we just get to sit here and do whatever the hell we want.
I really wish Dark Story was better because I like its music a lot.
Alright, y'all like string cheese?
Darkness and jealous and blood, throw it all the way.
You see a light wherever you go. You gotta face it again and again.
I actually kind of like the fact that they didn't like auto-tune the voice though, or like make him sing perfectly in tune because it kind of like makes it seem like he's angsty, which he is.
Yeah. Away. I hope you like string cheese. Cause
You got some string cheese? You got
I got some string cheese.
Actors!
Oh, heck. So we're not gonna unlock the last story. I forgot.
Oh yeah.
I have to close the game and then play a level.
So the bad thing about Emblem Skip is that it doesn't recognize that it gives you the emblems until after you beat a stage and get the emblems. The only way you can reactivate it is by either exiting the stage and re-entering or playing like a non-normal stage.
Yeah. Like getting a Chow Karate emblem,
Yeah.
for instance, will cancel it. But yeah, so I'm supposed to close it before this cutscene, like before I beat Shadow, or Sonic 2 rather, and then I would be fine, but unfortunately I'm gonna have to play an extra level. What's the fastest level y'all can think of right now?
Also,
Yeah.
the RTA skip actually doesn't play any part in any run anymore since we do in-game time for everything, including all stories, now that we have a way of
The military's top
doing it while time stopped as well.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be a very common thing once we get in the last story.
Yeah. So the time stop glitch, well, not a glitch, but the time stop happens when you hit a time switch in last story. And those are fun because they stopped the in-game timer, which means that we couldn't do in-game time until Jellyfish Swimmer decided, well, not decided, we told him, like, hey, basically I told him I don't know how to actually do this on like, I don't know how to code this. Can you do it for me? And he basically made it so that way when the in-game timer is stopped on that stage, it just counts by real time and rounds it up to the normal amount that would happen in in-game, because the in-game timer is actually out of 60 frames and counts as 70 seconds. So there are certain ending numbers that it can't end in. So it basically emulates in-game time without actually being in-game time, which means that we can actually time all stories with basically pseudo in-game time now. And the reason why that's good is because RTA is really good at making people with shittier computers do worse.
Right. For instance, my old computer actually used to be 40 seconds behind somebody else.
Yeah.
In loads. So I'm gonna play Wild Cane here because it's a really fast stage.
So it's good to not time by loads because of that. The only one that actually still uses like normal timing, like RTA timing, is 180 emblems, because there are certain sections of the game, like in Chow, that don't actually use any timer whatsoever. So we kind of can't really do much with that.
All right.
So,
this is an interesting piece set.
I know emblem skip glitch is being routed in a 180, so...
Yeah, it is.
No, it's already been routed into 180.
Yeah, which is what... Because it's the only category that uses RTA. The only reason why we do emblem skip glitch when we're doing all stories or, like, the stories themselves is just due to the fact that it saves real time and it means that we have to play the game less.
And, it's definitely nice for marathons.
Yeah, it's nice for marathons, and B, it makes it easier on the runner because they don't have to wait.
There you go.
Long between.
32 emblems.
Yeah, just 0 to 32.
And now we get all this text too. Kart racing. What's happening right now? We're canceling emblem skip because I forgot to do that earlier. And this will unlock last story for us.
Also, the timer's messed up and he still hasn't fixed it.
Oof.
That's a big oof.
You get a big oof in the chat.
We get a big oof in the chat. Indeed. Do we get
a large oof.
Yeah.
Oof. Shouts to Roblox.
So this is a cannon score. This level really sucks and I hate it a lot.
Okay, so the thing about Cannon's Car compared to the other stages is that it's actually in multiple different sections. Kind of like the first Sonic Adventure, except that it's 6 parts. Most of the first Sonic Adventure were max 3.
Yeah, and it's only a bad game and not a monstrosity.
And they're all, and each of the sections are all played as different characters.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, but like it sucks.
Except for Shadow.
The Shadow has its own thing.
Later. Yeah, Shadow has his own little thing that comes in later.
And it sucks really bad.
Oh, actually, question to you, Finer. Are you still counting game time when the thing is paused?
What do you mean? Like, as in, right now is my timer counting up during time stop?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it is, so I have to check that. I mean, I know you made changes to the timer.
Yeah,
No!
I'm just curious.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure what...
So you don't want to restart on this level because that sends you back to the tail section. So if you die, you just want to die. The thing interesting about Cannon Score, which is really interesting for A ranks, is that you can actually save the thing, like the
yeah, your score actually saves in sections.
Oh, there's that.
I killed one of these enemies early. Pretty cool. That's what I was doing when I shot off the corner. Yeah, it's still counting. I missed the cycle. I have to get on this one now. Okay.
Yeah, this section also has cycles and stuff. Like Mystic Street and...
it's a lot easier to make since you pause the timer.
Yeah, it's a lot... It's pretty lenient.
Alright. So yeah, time stop does not only like pauses the timer, it pauses any moving platforms and whatnot.
Yeah, it used to be a really big problem because in-game time is how we're used to times now, but ask the Jellyfish number to fix that.
Yeah, and any runs that don't have it can be timed that way. Basically, what they're doing is something that I've kind of been suggesting for about a year. Is that you could just time the time that time stop is active in RTA.
Yeah, well, actually, it's pseudo RTA though, because what we do is we take the time and then we divide it by 60. Or like multiply it by like 60 because the game runs in 60 frames per second. So for certain things, like at the end of a level, you can't actually end in certain decimals. Like you can't end, your timer can't end it in 8 because there's it's 100 centiseconds in 60 seconds, so you have to do 100 divided by 60.
Right.
So you have to multiply every single frame you have by 1.3333 repeating, or by 5/3.
Oh, and one interesting quirk about Cannon's Core is that because of the way this game handles draw distance, if you hit a switch and then get far away enough from it very quickly, you will stop time infinitely until you hit another time stop switch.
It's pretty cool.
It's pretty useful here in Root's section, but it's also useful in one of the upcoming sections, which will be Sonic's.
Yeah, although it is slower for that one.
Yeah, it is slower, except if you're doing an individual level.
But it's useful though.
It is useful because there's a lot of stuff you don't have to worry about.
So I do a different version of this clip than a lot of people do. I kind of like engineer this myself, but I suck at it, so whatever.
Now, normally when you do, yeah, this is just kind of a clip. It's just like,
there we go.
At some point somebody found that if you tap forward in a certain way for long enough, Knuckles will just be literally pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, but and then there's a lot of faster ways you can do it. We're running directly into the corner and get like an insta clip and all that. But I'm really awful at those, so I instead climb into the corner.
Casually, this section will last quite a while, but thanks to the clip out, you can do this in like 15 seconds easy.
Yep.
So is Knuckle is
I'm gonna show off infinite time stop.
I forget. Is it Shadow and who else doesn't get time?
Fuck.
Like
I did not show off infinite time stop properly. It doesn't get what time here? It's just Shadow.
Yeah, it's just Shadow.
I died.
You died? Oh
I died.
My God.
I baked the cat. I baked the cat. What a good way to die, right?
Yeah. What a interesting way to die. I've actually never seen that before.
I have. I've done it before. I suck so much at this game that I find all these really dumb ways to die. And then people are like really surprised by them, and then I'm like, oh yeah, no, I've done that before. It's really stupid.
Oh, another thing about the Cannon's Core is that the water in Cannon's Core is very different from the water you normally see in the game. In that when you touch the water, you're just like rapidly carried by the current.
Yeah, it's like some weird sand water stuff. I don't know what's going on here. But yeah, this is infinite time stop. As you can tell, you know.
It's actually better to do it this way if you're good at navigating, because you actually can go faster. But yeah,
That's
basically, it's like truck section, except like
not bad.
Not bad.
Also, for those who played the first Sonic Adventure, does this look familiar to you?
Yeah, this is very reminiscent of one of the stages in Sonic Adventure 1.
There's even the snake head that you go through, just like in the original.
Yeah.
Or just like in the same one.
Boy.
So now we're at one of the okay, so we finished the last stage of the game. Now
sucks.
The game is now going to be closed out by 2 subsequent boss fights.
So, better hope you're good at mashing, because that's the only way you're going to do this boss quickly.
Well, you gotta have positioning, too. Like, actually, mashing is actually surprisingly the least important thing about it.
It's just beneficial. Like, if you're not...
If you're bad at... If you can't mash, you're just not going to make it up there anyways.
It's like, you can save bad setups much more easily by having good mashing. Like, if you can mash anywhere from 12 to 13 times per second, like some can...
Get some huts in the chat,
please. This is a very easy. This is a incredibly easy boss fight.
Your angle isn't harsh enough. You need
to
fail.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was trying to correct it, but I sucked.
Yeah. If you were to play this, basically, if you were to play this boss normally, it would last about 3 minutes. But
there you go.
If you're really fast and really good at mashing, you can beat this boss in just under a minute.
What's the IL time on this?
Like 58 seconds.
There's also a death abuse at the end that I won't be using.
Yeah. Also, you actually have to make sure that you jump high enough before you do the.
Yeah. It's pretty important.
Mashing.
Oh yeah. There's gonna be a lot of huts.
This is the part that I died on as a kid like 50 million times. Like the next one coming up. Freaking floating balls.
There we go. So we stand near the corner here, so we don't have to move as much. Because moving here is really slow. Also really sucks because there's a bunch of eggs everywhere. Egg. I see Shadow freaking out there near his foot.
Get out, you ugly prototype.
Pizza Hut.
Alright, last boss time. Woo. This boss.
And we're going super.
Y'all want to sing?
No.
We're going super.
Axel, want to sing with me?
I would sing, but it's gonna be extremely out of like.
That's the joke.
Oh.
Did it feel alive moving through your spine? Ooh.
I think it's lost Yeah.
Some of you might be getting what me and Pine are both referenced.
Oh, this boss has a bunch of RNG, and that is his spots are RNG. His lasers are determined based on where the spots are spawning, but you know, the spots themselves where they go. It's RNG. Also, this is really good RNG.
This boss can be really annoying. Because the lasers and the eggs that will pop up later.
You can't die though unless you waste all your rings.
Yeah.
Well, his knockback is insane, so that's very possible. Also, we're not singing right now. Oops. Ooh, I'll never find a way. Can't believe I didn't move. Oh. You feel time up inside. With their face down on the floor. Actually, you're alright, buddy. You can save your sorrow. You've been
Hold on.
Hold on. He's not dead. Time!
Time. Look at Shadow. Look at this motherfucker. He's not even gold. He's not even super. He's silver. He's Silver the Hedgehog.
What is going on with the time? I just opened the stream.
I think they fell asleep, to be honest. Like, legitimately.
They might have, but don't mean like that. It's just really weird how it looks right now.
All we know is that it was underestimated.
That's all we know.
Yeah. Laurie says that the restreamer's asleep.
Okay. That's
hey man, all we know is that it's 1-4.
It was a 146.30.2.
Sick.
Maria, this is what you wanted, right? This is my promise I made to you.
This one really sucked, by the way. Just gonna point that out.
Is that a dabbing cat in chat?
Where?
Shadow dies, except not really.
In your chat.
My chat? Somebody just pushed something in my chat?
Yeah, dabbing cat.
By the way, if you feel like following me for whatever monstrosity of a reason, I guess you can. I mean, you know what I mean?
Pepsi Man.
Yeah, I'm Pepsi Man.
Also, the humans in this game look really realistic.
Yeah, definitely. I sometimes don't suck. You can follow me there.
Where's Shadow?
Okay. There's also a dabbing dog.
I don't even have my chat open.
Do you really
I literally have no chat in my title.
Created him, oh Shadow, to carry out the revenge on all those who live here on Earth?
He was what he was, a brave and heroic hedgehog who
gave his life to save this planet. Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah, that's Sonic Adventure 2.
Right.
If you want to run this game, run Hero Story. Dark Story sucks.
Oh, by the way, get ready for this thing.
There's actually pretty much no active Dark Story runners right now. It's pretty much all Hero Story.
Get ready for this.
Get a load of this.
Yeah, no.
Get a load of this.
I
No.
don't know.
All you know is
This.
We all
did it together. There you go.
did it together.
Are you all right, Axel? Do you need?
That's what happens when I try to do a high-pitched voice now.
Wow.
You need
My
medical
vocal
attention.
range does not like higher pitches anymore.
We all did it together.
Anyway, I've got something better than
Are you okay, dude?
that I'm thinking about.
fucking know.
It'll all work out. You'll see.
If you say so.
Yeah, that's Sonic Adventure. It's a good game. It's very glitchy. It's good.
What's the matter, Sonic?
Pretty complicated technical
Yeah,
speed.
it's very
run.
technical. It's
Oh, it's not.
But very satisfying to pull off.
yeah.
Right.
This game gives me satisfaction that no woman ever could.
Oh. I didn't know you liked it in that way, Shining.
Sayonara, Shadow the Hedgehog.
Sayonara, Shadow the Hedgehog.
Indeed.
I like how he still says sayonara in the English version.
Well, see, in the Japanese version, he says adios.
Does he actually?
Yeah, he totally does.
That's funny.
It's
Adios.
freaking- Shadow the Hedgehog, son. Something like that.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Should you?
Should do. Yeah, they're just kind of waiting for whatever. I mean, I can show off a lot. This game has a lot to show off. Like,
Hey, show off some of the show off the game crash.
yeah, I'm gonna show off more than just the game crash.
Well, show that off last time.
Yeah. So because looks like some issues have arisen, you know, things
AKA
happen.
a sleepy girl.
Sleepy human being. We're gonna put the game back up from the start. Hopefully it doesn't crash. Of course I say hopefully it doesn't crash. It crashes. Are you kidding me?
Throw it all the way.
Sometimes I do want to do that with this game.
Just throw this game in the trash bin. Just like open up trash bin, just throw it in there.
Dude, isn't that Nim's offline screen?
Yeah. It's a picture of like a PAL Dreamcast SA2 in a trash can.
It's pretty beautiful.
Why would you ever play this game on PAL?
Yeah, it's beautiful
Oh,
actually.
you know what? I just realized, is PAL in 50 FPS?
Yep.
It actually might be easier to get Final Rush skip on PAL.
Yeah, no, I've been thinking about it might be easier to get fast far on PAL. But don't worry, guys. Sometimes when you press the A button, Sonic will, instead of just jumping, he'll homing attack.
Really?
Yeah.
Sometimes when you press an input, it'll press it twice.
It's really great.
Why? Is it because it's like lower FPS? So
Yeah, something like that. Like the way it's reading the inputs. It's like.
Isn't there a way to at least put the GameCube version in PAL 60? Or something
I'm on Twitch currently, Lori. I don't know actually. There's a way to turn it into PAL 60. Alright, so what should I show off first? Let's go with FR wall run.
I can't even do that anymore. It's been so long.
I only really know how to do the individual level variant of it, which is fast, but you have to rely on rail thingies.
Alright, let's do this. So, we skipped this level, but this level is actually really cool to watch.
I keep forgetting you're 18.
Why?
What do you think?
Because I have the mind of a 12-year-old?
No, because of your voice.
Well, there's that. You know, it's rather androgynous voice.
Hey man, at least you're cutie patootie.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
I can see you being a power bottom.
Power bottom? I mean, look, you killed me, but like you're not wrong. I mean, like I'm a switch, but like at the same time, you know, mostly lean like my tendencies lean further in the subcategory. You know, like I can do both, but you know what I mean. Like one of them I can do more. You dig?
Well, the stream is on LGBT plus, so.
And I am 30% gay.
You're putting a percentage on it?
Yeah, man. I didn't mean to do that. So normally you're supposed to like not die, thank you. But I bad.
It's this discussion on my Christian channel.
Just I don't know what happened.
What?
Hey, well run, yay.
I got the first section. You actually get 3 sections. All right, Sonic, have fun in that guide rail, I guess.
So this game can be pretty funny.
Yeah. The way this works is that we change our gravity using the rail and then bounce off and then get on the wall. And then we can run over here and then all the way up the wall.
Oh, hey, you got the third one. I hate that third one.
I can only do it with a double bounce.
Yeah, that's fair.
And that's how you do that. That's really fast for M3 and whatnot.
Yeah, this is basically the strategy that used to be used before we found out about Final Rush skip.
Yeah.
Just use Final Rush wall run.
Yeah, it's a really cool thing to learn and just be able to do. The thing that I didn't show off was in Aquatic Mine, there's actually some clips that you can do. So I'm going to do an M2 specifically showing these off.
Oh, fun fact about Final Rush, in my opinion, one of the most impressive individual level runs that has ever been done in this game has been on Final Rush, but you're not using a skip.
Oh, you're talking about Sonic guitars?
No, Sabatsu's.
M3. Right.
Oh, I think I have it bookmarked.
Isn't that tied M3? So, what we're going to do in here is we're going to clip through the wall. Thank you. And that'll let us get down here to where all these rings are. So it's really fast for M2. Because at water level 3, this underground area that's supposedly always underwater isn't actually always underwater.
Yeah, because the water shifts position, but there's the water like
is the water's just in a box, right?
Yeah, the water's in a box that when you hit the switch it moves up and down.
Yeah, it's like a series of various boxes and whatnot, but they don't actually account for the water level being in places that yeah, they don't account for stuff like, you know, level 3 and clipping over to there. Of course, they don't ever expect you to get out of bounds in Aquatic Mine.
You should show wall run on Green Forest since you missed it in the run.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I should show off Green Forest wall run because I did miss this in the run. Yeah, it's a really hard trick, and I should practice it.
I mean, we are just killing time.
We are just killing time until somebody stops snoring away.
Dude, she is a sleepy girl. She needs her rest.
True.
True, but
it
like,
is a girl, right? I don't want to.
I actually don't know.
Yeah, okay.
I just know their username, so
I heard you say girl earlier, so I was just assuming.
I've just been using gender neutral terms.
Fair enough. They are a sleepy person.
Yeah, so I called them a bean.
Sleepy bean.
Yeah. Sleepy bean.
Yeah, there are some individual levels in this game that, when done really well, look really, really impressive.
Yeah, this is one of those.
It is a girl. Okay. There's a really old run of City Escape.
Okay, it is a girl. Sweet.
Okay, so there is a individual level run from probably somewhere around 7 to 8 years ago. I still think it looks super impressive even now.
Yeah, hey, but isn't it titled? This is the fastest run of City Escape, or it was?
Yeah,
it's the one. All right, so this really sucks.
How are you so bad at this?
Shut up!
Oh, you're using checkpoints.
Yeah, I'm using the safe saving tool because I'm bad. Yo, Shasta is raiding. Yeah, I got Vertex at the top of the tree. Yo, Shasta. That's
I like
cool.
how you got the wall run right in time for the raid.
Yeah, that's pretty epic. Yeah, so I'm just showing off some stuff right now. Currently, Restreamer went Betty by.
They went unconscious.
Yeah, and that's wall run. You go right up it. You can actually do something called moonshot, where you go from the wall over to here, and it's a few seconds faster as well.
Yeah. But yeah, if you guys, whenever you have the situation figured out, let us know, and then we'll crash the game for you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let's crash the game.
Yeah.
When that happens, I love crashing.
I still don't understand how that happens.
I
watched Cheat Engine as it was happening, and there was nothing out can happen out of the ordinary.
Yeah,
that I could see.
It's nuts. All right, what else should I show off? Oh, I should show off some stuff in Aquatic Mind because that level has some really Yo, see, I would host it on mine, but like, wanted to stream after this. So, for instance, something you can do here is just have Knuckles freak out, but there's a little bit more that can happen. You basically just hold ESS position down, push the camera.
I've never seen this.
Darn it, I'm trying to, there's a little bit more that can happen here as well, that I'm trying to get to work with me here. Unfortunately, I'm not getting it.
I've never actually seen this before. Also, I thought that you, Lori, I thought that you could just switch the stream key.
Doesn't work anymore.
Really? Oh. That's annoying.
Yeah, it's... Restream stuff. Alright. I'm trying really hard because there's a little extra side effect that it can happen.
I've never actually seen this at all.
Come on, buddy. Do it. There. Oh, it happened for a bit. You can just have it to be like constantly splashing everywhere, and it's really funny.
Oh, there's a place where you can do that.
Yeah, no, there's one where I can do it here as well. Other than that, where
you know that platform right above Minecraft dumping area?
Yep.
Yeah.
You can do this on PC.
If you do this thing on Dreamcast, the heads-up display will actually start disappearing.
I've never clipped in here before.
Wait.
I've never done this. Has never happened before. This has never happened before.
That could be useful.
Not really. We have a better sign clip.
Axel, what the hell?
Axel is not alright. No,
Axel turned into a fucking Neanderthal.
Yeah,
I've never seen that either.
Yeah, no, I've never seen that either. What was supposed to happen was this. Wait, now why is he hovering? What is happening in this game right now, dude? A lot of things I've never seen. There we go. We just got this.
I've never seen this before. That's cool.
Oh, if you do this on Dreamcast, the heads-up display will start disappearing.
That's beautiful.
Really? Oh, it's because it loads too many textures or something?
Yeah,
maybe.
I would assume as much.
I was able to do it in such a way that it's like, it was just...
Somebody was asking about the Dark Chow thing with
Tails. With Tails? Yeah, so there's a clip out that you can do in the Dark Chow Garden. You can do this with any character. But Tails, oh my god, Tails has a very special thing he can do with that.
Wait, is it the clip out that I found like years ago?
I don't know if you found this years ago. Wait, Taco actually rediscovered this. Taco and I rediscovered this collectively a while back.
Yeah, I found this years ago on PS3 and never. It was back at the time where I couldn't record videos, so I just kind of forgot about it.
It's pretty precise with once I get to the gravestone. If Tails could get away from the camera, please.
On GameCube, there's an out of bounds that's much easier, but that was patched in the HD versions.
Yep, as well as the neutral Chao Garden out of bounds is patched in the HD versions. Although the Hero Story one still works, or Hero Garden still works for some reason.
Oh, well, there he goes.
But there's a little bit more you can do. So
you get to see the skybox.
Yeah, you do get to see the skybox. Isn't it pretty?
Actually, it was pretty cute. It's pretty nice, actually.
Oh, get the camera back in, nerd. Gotta fly out of the way. I was trying to look at the skybox, and the camera just got stuck behind the real place. So aside from Tails looking like what he is right now, it just looks really weird. You can do a little bit more.
You also fly outside the skybox too, very much as far as you want.
I mean, yeah. We are in the Dark Chow world, so it does make sense that he looks like a zombie.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, there is a Hero Garden out of bounds.
Mm-hmm.
I like how they failed at doing a fucking a clean loop, and it's like you can see his head jolt for like a couple frames. Wait, you made him drown?
Bye bye, Tails.
I never knew about that.
Drowning above water. I actually did not know about that.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. On top of that, I'm going to show off the hero one. I actually don't remember how to show off the hero one, but I'm going to try it anyways. I remember it's a homing attack, bounce homing attack. Wait, is it a bounce homing attack?
I remember seeing it as like a kind of like sliding Sonic out of bounds on a steep slope.
Oh, right, there's this. Okay, so there's like one where you actually have to go into the corner and then like bounce homing attack or something. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. I don't remember how to do this. I shouldn't be in here.
I actually did not know this one existed.
Yeah, I don't remember where I saw it once, but I have seen it before. You can get out of bounds there. What happens if you game over in the Chow World? Nothing. I've tried that. Using that. Unfortunately, I wasn't able. I actually have no idea how to do that. Let's see. What kind of can I show off? Tube skip?
Regular CGS?
Regular CGS? Yeah, I can show off regular CGS after I show off Tube skip. See, I have a
regular CGS is a lot more visually interesting, to be honest.
Then, well, I mean, Tube Skip doesn't take that long though. Looks really cool.
No. I mean, compared to CGSS.
Oh yeah, definitely. So the versus the one I did in the run, there's about a 20-30 second slower skip that can be done in Crazy Gadget.
But it's way more interesting.
Yeah. No, that's the wrong angle. Oh no, I closed Spade Tool, so I have to do all of that again.
Really?
Let's try that again.
Gravity is fun.
Yep. Oh, I can show off a very specific thing. So that happened. That pause there happened because I dragged the game. When you drag the game, certain things just stop working. We actually do something pretty interesting that I'll show off after I show off CGS.
I mean, at least this game has a lot of glitches.
Yeah. Alright. That's unfortunately too high an angle. So by spin dashing, I found this a while back. This saves a little bit of time here. But it's really difficult and loses 30 seconds if you don't get it, so nobody does it RTA. Because it just sucks. It's not worth the time save. Versus the time lost. The risk reward is not good enough. If you throw yourself at the bottom of this tube here, you can skew your gravity. This looks good. You can actually make it over. Ah, darn it. But you have to milk it really well. Like, you have to make sure that you're at the very edge of correcting your gravity, or else you won't have enough distance.
Man, you had it there, I think.
Yeah, I had it, but I wasn't milking hard enough. And there, I milked too hard. So it's, on top of it being really precise of where you hit on the thing, there's also a fine balance between what joystick angles you're holding to be able to actually get this properly. It's one of the more difficult tricks in the game, and it doesn't save that much time. But you'll see it in a lot of the ILs nowadays.
You said milking it.
Yeah, penis.
Whoa. Hey. I didn't say that.
What, were you talking about breath milk?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that was your fetish. As you can tell, we are all very mature here.
I don't know about that.
You know, one of these days I'm going to get this trick, and everybody's going to be really excited because it looks cool.
I can see why you don't do this in runs.
Yeah, no, it really sucks. The highest consistency rate I've ever seen of this trick is around 60%, and that was by Shibake. Japanese runner of the game.
He's too good. He's too good.
He's way too good at this game. Oh, he doesn't really play it that much anymore. I've seen him playing a lot of Dead by Daylight lately.
I miss Emerua too. He was really good at Knuckles.
Emerua came back for like a week, and then disappeared again.
Emerua was like the hunting stage master.
Yeah, Emerua kind of got everybody to realize just how important it was to be really, really good at Knuckles instead of just okay enough at Knuckles.
And then Tommy was like, I can do that too.
Yeah, and then he did. And then he did it even better.
Yeah.
I don't think he has a Rouge Senti record, though.
And then I started playing Knuckles way more than...
Do you also have to wait for the spinning of the...
No, no, that doesn't matter.
Does it affect it? Okay.
Because the spinning actually is just an animation, it doesn't actually have any effect. I just have to make sure that I'm getting... So the way this works is that when I launch off, I have about 8 speed, right? And the way that gravity changing works in this game is that the more speed you have, the sharper an angle you can maintain. But your speed decreases as I go on, so I have to very finely have an angle and then slowly transfer downward throughout this whole path. Oh, no!
That was really close.
Yeah. So it's this whole balancing act going on top of it. I have to jump at a very specific point in time, or a very specific angle onto the thing.
This is annoying.
It's really bad. If I spend much longer on it, I'm just gonna give up. But when I discovered this, I popped off really hard.
Yeah, I remember the clip.
Nah. That was really good, actually, but then I messed it up. I've tried to find a setup for this using, like, the ground, but unfortunately, when you jump also matters. And there we go. That's the skip.
Yay. Congrats for saving 3 seconds.
Yeah.
CGS. I guess CGS.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing this. Sadix clip? No. Uncles, nobody's been able to recreate that. Hey, Axel, this is the man in the chat who found that stupid thing. Do you want to take out your anger on him right now?
Oh,
I don't even feel anything.
The Sadix clip in Pyramid Cave.
Yeah.
I'm just like...
The one where he fucking goes straight through the wall.
I spent like a really long amount of time trying to recreate that, and
I tried doing it for like a straight hour and I couldn't do it.
Like, I managed to clip Sonic almost entirely inside the wall, but he kept getting pushed right back out.
I actually did. That might be frame perfect.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's way easy. It's like, if that ever was to be implemented in an IL, I would not do it.
Yeah. This is CGS normal. I'm bad at it right now, but
yeah, because I honestly completely forgot how to do it.
There's a 3-frame jump at the start there. Hey, I skipped the legend.
Dude, the legend. That's a good 2 seconds of time save right there.
Yeah. And then you go over here. Flandre. I believe Trader. Flandre, interesting. Like, he doesn't play this game, like, ever. So now we have to get up on the ledge, which means that we have to let go of the thing right at the end. And then I somersault jump, and we attack up to the enemy. And we attack him.
That could honestly be pretty good in IGT. Or in individual levels.
If it didn't suck.
It'd be like harder than stepless door skips.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Because stepless door skips are easier.
Yeah. So we're gonna bounce here, bounce again, hold down, bounce again, pause the game, check the time, 1:32:35, hold directly left.
Right. Oh, what?
And then should be good. Made it.
Yes.
And about 3 seconds after that,
I had no idea about that setup.
Yeah, that's a modified setup that I've modified that setup Alright, I modified a setup that somebody else found that originally used a visual cue, that being the blue cube in the back.
I also I do the visual cue one. That actually seems a little easier to do that way.
It doesn't rely. It has a lot less room for error.
Yeah, that's kind of what I do for FR skip too. Hidden base, the pole jump.
Pole jump, yeah, hidden base pole jump's really cool. Let me get that up. Alright, so are we going to a new channel? If we're going to a new channel, I'll crash the game.
Yeah.
But there's a skip in this level that I tried during the run. I didn't get it. It's frame perfect.
Not one, but two. Or at least, not one, but two stupidly super tight hover jumps.
Yeah, the first one is frame perfect. The second one isn't frame perfect, but it has to be really good. So, and then you land on this platform and bam. That's really fast.
Yeah, you actually made that pretty well.
Alright.
Yeah,
Alright, here we go.
You got the okay to crash the game. Okay, so,
So, no idea why this happens, but if you spin dash,
don't spoil it!
But, okay, so, you think with how many glitches SA2 this game has, there would be a lot of game glitches that, like, crash the game or something. Well, that's actually not the case, at least for right now, but there is one that can very easily be pulled off. Piner is about to do that.
Is there more than one? I don't really know any more than this one aside from like the random game crashes. That's something.
I think there's one on Dreamcast. But I think it's exclusive to Dreamcast.
Probably has something to do with the hardware limitations. So, before you head on over to that channel, I'd like to direct your attention to this stupid little snake here. Look at it. Look at his stupid little face. I'm gonna stand all over his stupid little face. Lol, nerd.
Don't make fun of him. He's just trying his hardest.
Well, he really didn't like me standing on his stupid little face, so he crashed my game.
Yeah, so for some reason, if you go on the rail with enough speed and you jump when it's at this gated area, the game just crashes.
Yep.
No idea why.
Yep.
It also happens on other versions as well, including GameCube, where it just goes.
Yeah, on the GameCube it makes a really loud noise.
GameCube I remember correctly, the GameCube just makes a buzzing noise whenever it crashes.
Yep, and after the game crashed, Windows decided to close it for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, go over to that thing. If you enjoyed me existing, you can follow me, twitch.tv/Piner. I'll post it in the chat for you. But go to Sheep Squared. And then that's me, and then